Today will be a very special episode because I will be talking to someone to answer one of the most common questions that I get asked by you guys, which is how to find your passion. So I want to talk to different types of women on how they got to where they are, how they got to pursue and find their passion. And to start with, the very first person I'll be talking to is Dr. Charissa Ferrera, who is a chemical oceanographer, which I know is a very intimidating term, but I'm telling you, her story is very relatable and you will find a lot of nuggets of wisdom that you can learn from this episode.
I call myself chemical oceanographer. So what we do is we study the oceans and also our seas and the different chemical elements and their distribution in the oceans.
Bata ka, like, did you have talaga an idea na, okay, I wanna do science? Mahilig ka ba talaga sa science? Or mas nung tumanda ka, that's when you were like, oh, sige.
Mahilig talaga ako sa science. So, nung grade school pa lang, mahilig ako especially magdodrawing ng life cycle. So, life cycle ng plant, life cycle ng butterfly. I think grade 3 ata siya. So, sobrang nag-e-enjoy talaga ako sa science. Pero during that time, parang hindi ko ma-define na gusto kong maging scientist kasi hindi siya masyadong common na profession.
Yes.
But I think I envisioned myself na wearing lab gown and sumisilip sa test tube.
Usually kasi pag when you think of, oh, I'm a scientist, parang ang inisip ng tao, oh, it's just for super smart people, yung napaka-academic. But it could also be a creative task, you know?
Yes. So, actually, pag scientist, lalo for example in my hometown, parang ay, ang hirap naman yan. Pero when in fact parang may science ka when you are cooking, may science ka sa medicines na tinatake mo, may science ka for example dun sa pag-swim mo sa dagat. So yung science hindi nila alam na naka-inculcate na talaga sa everyday lives nila.
A lot of young women ask me, you know, they want to go into a career na it's not just a career for the sake of a career, but they're really searching for something that has more purpose, more meaning. They want to do something that will make a difference, make the world a better place, diba? And normally science naman is not top of your head when it comes to making a difference. But then now talking to you, I can see that it's such a big avenue for that. Ikaw, in your experience, what has been one instance where you really felt that you made a difference in someone's life or a community's life?
I think it was when we were doing the capacity building trainings. So our audiences are stakeholders, local government officials, and also higher education institutions or the academe. We demonstrated them the hands-on experiment on appreciating yung pH scale. The fact na nakita namin na enjoy sila sa activity, na-appreciate nila yung activity, and may question sila na, paano sa future, sinong gagamit nitong equipment na nilalagay nyo dito? Paano namin to magagamit in the future? So, yung pag makakuha ka ng ganong questions, it means na they are really interested in applying what you are doing to their waters and to the benefit of their community.
So in your experience of trying to communicate your findings in a simpler, more relatable manner, ano yung mga natutunan mo so far in terms of how you're able to do that?
First is to find a common ground na sobrang important for them, and what I've mentioned really is livelihood.
Yeah.
Because kapag sinabi mo yung livelihood, nandun na yung family, yung provision, and then also yung community, yung paano sila kikita din. So, if you revolve your story around that and then you will insert how water quality affects your livelihood, then mas madali nilang ma-absorb yung concept noong pinapag-aralan natin in their coastal waters.
What advice would you give, let's say, to somebody who wants to pursue a career in science? options, but they're intimidated, they don't know if it's for them.
First is to look for opportunities. Example, ang daming materials sa internet, and if we just use the internet in a productive way na to look for example, these institutions that offer these kinds of courses. And I think if they talk to key persons na nag-lead nitong movement na to or nitong project na to, those persons will point them or lead them to whoever can guide these young women to the course that they want to pursue, to the study that they want to do.
So what kind of advice would you give to a young woman who is trying to find her place in the world and trying to find this fire that you already found yourself?
I think the key is to be persistent and to persevere because not all days are good days. There are some days na feeling down or yung minsan yung result mo is not what you expected or you got comments from your paper na sobrang nakaka-depress or there are some not so good things happening in your day. So the key really is to be persistent, and actually I think the joy that I have now or the happiness and the passion in telling these stories is coming from overcoming these challenges.
What about somebody who marami pa siyang iniisip, hindi pa siya makadecide, she's just trying to figure out what it is that she wants to do?
I think my advice is to just try these different fields, and I think they will feel which opportunities are really for them, and the right opportunities will really come. And if you really plant many seeds, then one of them will really bear fruit, I think.
Looking back on your journey now, ano yung biggest takeaway mo?
Finding your passion is not a straight path, so there will be curves and bumps and everything. But once you welcome the opportunities that come your way and you look for also other opportunities that you will learn from, and I think you are close from your goal or from your passion. So I think that's really very important, that it's not like a straight path. Really.
And sometimes parang it takes a while.
Yes.
It's not 1 year and you find it.
Yes.
You collect the dots and then over time it will form a bigger picture, diba? Thank you so much, Dr. Cha, for sharing your story and your journey with us. So that was it. That was my interview with Dr. Cha. I hope that you learned a lot. I definitely had two main takeaways from what we talked about. The number one thing is, it's also my experience, finding your passion is not a linear journey. So many people want step 1, step 2, step 3, like a formula for them to find what they really want to do. But in fact, sometimes it takes 5, 7, 8 years for you to really collect all your experiences. The second one is, and this is related to the first one, is to seek out as many opportunities as you can. So there, I really hope that you learned a lot from this. I'm sure that I will be featuring other women as well and their stories, so make sure to watch out for that, and thank you for watching.